Great, never ever tire of that song. Pump up the volume, Mars. Now, I've got something rather interesting for you to look at while you're drinking your tea or eating your dinner or whatever you're doing at this time, wherever you are, because something new in England from the past never used to exist when I used to live here, but since I've been back here, it seems to be all over the place. It's something called a telephone service line. Now, you can phone them up, and you have to pay lots of money for 1 minute of phone call, but you phone them up and you just listen. Now, most of them are supposed to be sex, you know, the things that mums and dads do together. But they're not really. They're a real rip-off. And you probably don't have them where you live, unless you live in England. But if you live in Holland or anything, you have other things, but not that. So I thought I would let you know what they are. The sex ones are absolute rubbish, but I mean, I don't like them myself anyway. I mean, not that I've never phoned them up, of course, but I've heard people, Justin the cameraman tells me that they're rubbish. I have one here, though, that's called the Gutter Press. Will you be quiet over there? I'm trying to do a television programme. The Gutter Press is here, and you can phone up and listen to stories. Now, there's one here called Sunbathing Man Burst into Flames, which sounds rather good, doesn't it? So let's phone that one up. Can I phone it up? I can. OK, then. Lots of numbers to dial, so you'll have to bear with me. I thought this might interest you if you live in Sweden, Switzerland, to see what they get up to in England. 0898, oh, God, where is it now? 10605. Almost there. This is going to cost MTV a lot of money, because they don't tell you. They have big advertisements like this, and then right at the bottom, they have 25 pence per minute. Are we getting through? Brian? Yeah. Ah, we seem to have something.
Sunbathing man bursts into flames on beach. These newspaper headlines sound unbelievable, but are true. Yes, fact is often stranger than fiction.
Wow.
In the most spectacular case of human spontaneous combustion ever reported, a man sunbathing in 90 degrees heat suddenly burst into flames, incinerating him and scorching his bride who was lying by his side.
Dear.
This bizarre, yet tragic event happened in the sunny Spanish island of Mallorca to a young couple on honeymoon, 24-year-old Sven Pearson and his pretty wife Pia, just 22.
My pretty wife Pia will never forget their honeymoon.
Ski instructor Sven and his sweetheart Pia had tied the knot in Stockholm, Sweden, 5 days before fate sent their dreams up in smoke. We were having the best honeymoon in the world, grieving Pia told police afterwards. Every day we went swimming and played on the beach.
And then suddenly...
That afternoon we were just lying on our blankets, laughing and holding hands. All at once I heard a strange hissing noise, and Sven got a wild look in his eyes, and I knew that something was terribly wrong. Then there was a loud woof, and he was totally engulfed by fire. It was horrifying. 1 second he was smiling and talking to me, and the next second he was gone. I knew I was being burned on my arms and neck, but I was too shocked to care. I can still see Sven's eyes staring right at me, pleading through the flames.
Oh, no. Help me, help me.
Antonio Irizar was a stunned sunbather on that fateful day. He witnessed the deadly spectacle from his blanket just 40 feet away. I was watching the young couple because they were so happy, and she was so lovely, he told reporters.
25 pence a minute.
Suddenly, the boy just caught on fire, like someone had doused him with gasoline and lit him with a torch. Doctors and scientists from 4 European countries converged on the island, trying to determine why certain people suddenly burst into flames for no apparent reason. Police detective David Serez said, there have been things like this happening for centuries, where people just suddenly burst into flames like a stack of oily rags. But this is the first case I've ever heard of where the fire was so intense that another person was hurt by it. The experts say this is the most incredible case ever. But one police official in Mallorca is convinced there is no mystery to investigate. Lawman Luis Barra said there were clouds in the sky that day and lightning was reported over the water.
Ah.
The man was simply struck by lightning.
Simply struck by lightning.
It happens to people all the time.
Happens to people all the time. Oh,
Sunbathing man bursts into flames on beach.
well, I've heard this one.
These newspaper headlines
Could I have
sound
the
unbelievable,
sexy
but
woman
true.
from the Sexland
Yes?
one?
Fact is
Hello?
often stranger than fiction.
I've heard this
In the
one.
most spectacular case of human
it's
spontaneous
tape.
combustion ever reported,
Yes, well, goodbye then.
a man sunbathing in 90 degrees heat suddenly burst into flames, incinerating him
Go away!
and scorching his bride who was lying by his side.